Diving on these sites, especially on the Goodwin Sands, you never know what you might find. The purpose of this dive is to relocate the swords and muskets and record them in situ. Underneath the concretion, these swords and muskets have been on the seabed for over 300 years. You don't get long on the bottom, so every second counts. The photogrammetry complete, it's time to head back. Drifting over the guns, I realised one of them had the remains of a gun carriage still attached. There was just enough time to make a rapid record before we had to return back to the shot and surface.
Okay, divers Pascoe and Pitts, you've had 50 minutes, time to return to surface.
So it's the end of day 5, and sadly we didn't get out today. The weather was much windier earlier, and it may look calm behind us, but on the Goodwin Sands it's much more exposed because it's further away from land, and it was just too rough for us to dive. It's a very complex site. It's covered in fishing net, which is camouflaging a lot of the features. The sands are moving all the time, so the topography of the site is changing on a daily basis, but we're still finding clues that can tell us about the ship, what the ship was carrying, where these artifacts are being stored. Now, a good example of this comes from the southeast end, where in front of this large concretion we found a group of pulley sheaths. Now, this is most likely from a storeroom, possibly the bosun's store, where the spare rigging of the ship was kept. Also, we have a group or a collection of swords and possibly muskets up at the northern part of the site, and again this has come from a storeroom or an armoury. Now, it's a warship, so a lot of hand weapons would have been carried. Conditions can be quite difficult on the Goodwin Sands, but you need to be able to adapt, and we're lucky that we have good cameras that work well in low light. But if the vis is particularly bad, we can use lights to light up the subject. But we've had some amazing results. We've been very lucky with the visibility, and we've managed to record something new on each dive. In the short time we've been here, we've achieved a huge amount, but there's still so much more to do, and we really need to come back next year to continue the work.